Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Katie, I am the Introverted Reader, and today's video on this Tuesday, very rainy Tuesday, and yes, I am wearing the same outfit that I wore in my last video, but this t-shirt has been washed, okay? We're outfit repeaters in this house. But anyway, today's video is a book review on the Reappearance of Rachel Price by Holly Jackson. Now, I normally only review books that were the book club pick for the month. But I DNF Babel for reasons. So I just decided I didn't want to read that anymore. So I picked this one instead because I was reading it anyway. So I'm going to review this. So let's take a drink of water. Cheers. Have you drunk water today? Have you? I hope you have. Okay. So let's review Rachel Price, shall we? So this book is about our main character, Belle, and her mom, Rachel Price, went missing when she was 2, and they haven't seen or heard from her in over 16 years. And right now, Belle is a teenager. And they have a film crew at the house, basically making a documentary about what happened with her mom. And Belle doesn't want to be doing this documentary. She really, really doesn't. She doesn't even care about her mom anymore. She's like, haven't heard from her in 16 years. She's probably dead. Anyway, who cares? I've got my dad. I'm good. I don't want this in my life anymore. I just want to get on with my life. You know, she just wants to forget about all this and move on. But then one day, her mom, Rachel, shows up. She's all dirty. She's all wounded. She's all dirty and wounded. And she's just like, hey, I'm alive. I'm here. And Belle's like, what? And goes from there, really. She shows up and it's just like, well, where have you been? What's going on? Where have you been? What's happening? What's going on? And now listen, for most of this book, I had a lot of questions, and for a long while they were gone unanswered. And whilst I did enjoy my time reading this, and yes, towards the end, it did get really, really unhinged, I do feel it could have been a little bit shorter. She's a little bit of a chunker. She is over 400 pages. Hold on, she is 430 pages. And personally, I do kind of feel a little teeny tiny bit they could have made it a little teeny tiny bit shorter. We could have gotten where we needed to go a lot sooner, because for a good first half of this, not much went on. I was still enjoying it. We were sort of trying to piece together everything, as a Holly Jackson book does, just trying to be all okay, well, this happened, but that doesn't explain this. And then, and I'm sitting trying to think, I'm like, but what? And, a little bit confusion for the most part, because it's wait, but where has she been? Why would she suddenly just be let go after all this time? She should be dead. By all accounts, she should be dead. Because you hear stories like this all the time where a person goes missing for a really, really long time and then they just never show up, or they either turn up dead. Watched enough true crime documentaries during lockdown to know how this goes down. But I will say, this was definitely a wild ride. I will say that. And towards the end, it got even more unhinged. It reminded me of whenever I was reading A Good Girl's Guide to Murder. 5 survive, we don't talk about. We don't talk about her. And beyond honest, after reading that and then getting this, I was excited because I do love Holly Jackson's writing. But at the same time, I was like, please don't be another 5 survive. Please don't be another 5 survive. But it wasn't. It wasn't. It was so much better. And it took me a while. It took me a while to comprehend that we were in America. Belle is American. It's set in America. And I was just like, okay, I'm not used to Not used to them Holly Jackson's books being set in America, but okay. That's totally fine. It took me a while to register that in my mind because I just assumed that Belle would be British. Belle as a character, I did enjoy. She was very smart. Granted, she could be a little bit mean. She's not a very likable person, but then whenever you're reading it and you read like everything that she'd gone through the past 16 plus years, you get why she is the way she is. Like I do have a lot of sympathy for her, you know, even though she isn't very likable, you could tell that she just has a lot of emotion and a lot of trauma as to what went down with her over the past 16 years, that she's just bottled everything up and, you know, hides behind sarcasm and, you know, sarcasm and sometimes being downright mean to people. But you get why. You get why. And listen, all the way through this, I'm sitting thinking, what is going to happen? How is Holly Jackson going to wrap this all up together? And then whenever it finally got to that part, like the last couple chapters of this book, oh, wow. Absolute wow. Genuinely, mouth open, jaw on the floor. I was like, okay, this was what I needed. This was what I needed Five Survive to be. This is the Holly Jackson that we know and love. She's back, you know? And listen, I highly, highly recommend, if you have not read Holly Jackson before, definitely read Good Girl's Guide. But if you don't fancy getting into a series just yet, I do think this is a good one for you to start with. I thoroughly enjoyed myself. I mean, at first I wasn't sure of the rating I was going to give. And yes, on Goodreads, it says that I gave it, like, I think I gave it like the full 5. I think maybe more accurate, it's maybe like a 4.5. I would have to dock a little bit just because it took a while for things to come together. And like I said, I do feel like it could have been a teeny tiny bit shorter. We could have gotten where we needed to go a lot sooner, because for a good while, not much was going on. They were just filming for the documentary, and yeah, it was just a bit, not boring, but I was just like, okay, I get what you're trying to do, but can we get there a little bit quicker? It's going a bit too slow for me. But anyway, I did thoroughly enjoy my time reading this. I love Holly Jackson. I love her writing. And the fact that it got so unhinged by the end, I was like, yes, yes, give me more of that, please. So yeah, I enjoyed myself. I don't know what other people thought of it, but if you read this and you want to leave your thoughts and opinions and feelings in the comments, feel free. If you haven't read this yet, I do highly recommend that you do, because it's wild. Like if you want something that will keep you on the edge for a good long while, but if you feel the same way as me and you feel like this could have been shorter, let me know. But anyway, that is my review of The Reappearance of Rachel Price. I would give her a 4.5 stars in total. She definitely kept me entertained, I will say that. Not as much as Good Girl's Guide to Murder, but we love Holly Jackson in this house. But anyway, that is all I have for you today. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please leave a comment if you want. Give a like so the algorithm knows you liked me. Subscribe if you have not done so already. And thank you for all the new subscribers that have come in. Hello, it's nice to have you. All of my socials are down below as always. My Twitter, Instagram, and my TikTok. Follow all of them if you want. No pressure, but if you want, you can. So I will see you guys at the weekend for my next video. Yeah, I love you guys. Mwah. Bye.